Hello everybody, my name is Alafin and I hope you are having a wonderful day. We are playing Memoriapolis today. We are playing yet another game for you to see if this is something that you would like to play, that if this is something that you would enjoy. And it took me some time to get through this one. It took me some time to actually try it. I was waiting for the full release and it happened quite a bit of time ago. So you may actually heard about this game. It's a very interesting city builder and we're gonna kind of talk about what's so interesting about this one in a second. First of all, we do need to look for a place for our settlement, and just in general, let's say, you kinda lead your city through the ages. So you start in Antiquity and you move forward. You go through 5 ages, if I remember correctly, in this game. And on every single step you have different challenges, different types of buildings, they look kind of different, and that's basically the idea. You do have at the beginning 2 recommended sites that you could go. You can go for this riverside, and you can go for this roadside place. And honestly, the first game I played, I went for this riverside, and that was not a good choice, to be honest, because this place is kind of limited because of the mountains that you have here. And I kind of went into a place where I built my city in this little valley here, and it was very difficult for me to move on from this place. So I think roadside is a little bit better, to be honest. The river doesn't give you anything. You don't need that river. It's pointless. So it's not like the closeness to water gives you anything. So let's go to the roadside. Let's go here and let's build the villa. This is the first city center that we built. In every single age we built one. You want to build it on a place where your people will settle first. So you want to have some place around that you can use for wood gathering, for example, and stuff like that. We could maybe go like just very close to the road, maybe like here. We kind of want to have access to different resources like sand and some of the clay as well. I think this is gonna work. I think for now it's just gonna work. Let's go for it. Let's build it here. We are at the beginning focusing mainly on production, and you can see that Antiquity has a certain amount of cycles that gonna happen here. We're gonna pause the game for a moment. When those cycles end, you move to another time period. So then the Middle Ages will happen. Until that point, you need to kind of make your city ready and get this little villa to level 5, which requires to have a population of people and to get enough resources, gold as well. We don't produce anything at the moment, and we kind of have to. We need some food, we need some cutting camp and a small quarry for sure. So let's build that. Unfortunately, those resource gathering buildings, they kinda make people not want to live close to them. The attractiveness of the neighborhood goes lower, but you are kind of limited at the beginning because of the size of the region that you can actually build things. Well, you need to build close to your center. You can later expand that zone, but at the beginning only close like this. Well, I think we're gonna want to maybe build it here. Yeah, come on, let's build it. Let's build it. And as you can see, it doesn't show you that the attractiveness is gonna go lower, but I think we're gonna see it in the building tree later. For now, we need to build the stone quarry too. and we don't really have a good place here for that. So we do need to expand our region. We're gonna expand it here. We're gonna build this tower maybe like here a little bit. Maybe like here. That makes sense. Build it. Build it. You don't really build houses here. You don't really do that. Those houses gonna build themselves. Oh, you can see it. District's gonna happen just on their own. If the place is attractive enough for people, they will come. Slowly, the migration will be coming. And the number of available workers, you have a number of citizens, and from them you have a number of workers. And that number of workers will be one of the limiting factors for your expansion. Not only the resources from which you can build, but also the number of workers that can actually work in those buildings. We do have this little tower built now, so we can build that quarry, and we're gonna build it here maybe. I don't want to build it too close. I want to build it maybe like around here. You can see which kind of resources we can actually mine here. So we have stone, sand, and clay here. So a lot of the things that we may want to get. But at the beginning, stone is the most important for me. So, okay, here it is. For now, we can mine only stone because we need to upgrade actually the villa first. But we have that. We can get a small farm now going. Although we don't want to build it maybe that close actually. We want to maybe use that place for farmland. So maybe let's try to go there. Let's try to go there. Let's try to expand a little bit there. We do have a building tree. You can see that we have blueprints here, and we do use them to unlock buildings. Production buildings, cultural buildings, service buildings that are very important for you to unlock those things on the left side of the screen, like trading and politics. And that is a very important question that you have at the beginning. What to go for? Well, politics are very strong, but you kind of require gold to actually be able to enact decrees that you want to do. Trade routes are amazing. You can get a lot of gold out of trading or just having the trade routes. And I usually go more into trading. Know-how and urban planning rules are not available until Middle Ages. So for now, I'm gonna probably go for trade routes into politics. And how do you do that? How do you actually do it? Well, you need to get some... You need to unlock those buildings, but you need a political faction with power of 8, for example, for the senators. Or a commercial faction with the power of 8 for the Mycelium, I think, maybe. Yes, let's go for that. And in order to do that, you need to actually build the cultural buildings to attract those factions to your settlement. So we would like to get this via Edificium, for example, but for now we need to focus on just getting to level 2 of our villa, because that is locked for us, unfortunately. So for now we are just setting up the basics for our settlement. We're gonna maybe speed it up a little bit there in a second. We're gonna build maybe this little farm here. And you can rotate those buildings. You can kind of make sure, kind of influence maybe more like that, how those roads are gonna go, but not too much. A lot of the things are happening in the background without your involvement. So those districts being built, roads being connected, you don't worry about that at all. Can you lose the game? Yes, you can. You can lose the game if your people gonna be unhappy at some point they will close their districts, close the districts in which they are living, kind of like revolting in a way, and then you are, well, not in a great position, to be honest. We could build another cutting camp, I think, maybe like here, get more wood going. We have enough people, so why not? Let's build that. We don't need to worry about food for too long. With just this one little farm, we can actually supply a lot of food to our people. But the quarry would be quite nice. We could build another here, maybe, for just that stone. That's not a lot of stone, actually. I would prefer a little bit more. So maybe not for now. How much stone do we need? 150. That's a lot of stone. We need that stone. Okay, we need that quarry. I don't care, we're gonna build it. I'm sorry. It's not gonna be the perfect situation here, but at the beginning you are very limited by space. And you do not want to, sorry, to build too many production buildings around your settlement. You need to leave a lot of space to develop and expand your living quarters. So in this case, for example, I'm probably gonna go to the south as well for that wood here and those little mountains around us. But to the north, no production buildings. We're gonna expand there so we can actually have some place for people to live. You can build some buildings that would improve the attractiveness of this area, but still it's, you know, like combating the thing that, well, this is not the perfect place for people to live. They don't want to live next to a stone cutter. We should have enough stone in a second. The game will tell you that you can actually improve your villa, so that's kind of nice, because you probably want to do it immediately, and we're gonna do it immediately. We're gonna wait 10 cycles, and now we're gonna unlock several things here, actually. I'm gonna wait for that to happen. 2, 1, let's go. Now we do have some things we can do. For example, we can actually unlock those buildings here, those cultural buildings. And those cultural buildings actually influence how happy people are. And you have 5 things, how values that they have and which are important to your citizens. And it is health, safety, belonging, esteem, and creativity. And if you have them high enough, it gives you certain bonuses. So safety, for example, reduces the occurrence of incidents, so fires, I know, stealings and robberies and stuff like that. So it kind of helps you to manage your settlement in that case. Health makes your citizens consume less food, for example. Belonging is very strong because it increases the production of everything you have, basically. So that's kind of amazing. We have a statue of Ponders if we bought the game in early access, and I kind of did. I just didn't have the time to play it. And we have additional survivor cabins now, but we do need to take care of those needs of our people and also attract those factions that I spoke of. So we're gonna get that building unlocked, and we're gonna maybe unlock something else. We definitely need the architectural office, because that's the building that actually produces blueprints. So it's very important for you to build it as fast as possible. We could learn the upgrade to the architectural office, and I think we are gonna learn that. We choose, at the beginning of the game, you choose a character, a type of city that you are building, and we chose a philosopher. So we can learn those plans. It's gonna take a lot of time, and I do wonder if I want to actually wait 200 cycles for that. Maybe we're gonna try to unlock that, actually. and buy the upgrade to the architectural office immediately. But for now, we do want to maybe build this, but we need some clay for that. We don't have enough stone and wood for the architectural office. So clay, we need clay, we need clay. We could maybe get some clay from here, but that would limit our stone production. So maybe elsewhere we go. Where could we get some clay? Where here to the top is a great place for us to actually expand our settlement. So maybe let's go there, just for those clay and stone resources. Just like here. Beautiful. Let's do that. Do we have anything else to build here? Not now, really, unfortunately. We're gonna wait for that clay, and we need that stone too. We also you do have those pop-ups on the right side of the screen, and we actually found a ruin, and you can choose to either demolish it, and it's gonna lower the trust of all the faction that are religious in this case, or repair it. It costs you, but it costs you less than if you would have to like build that thing. Right now we don't have any faction, and we actually could use that stone quite a bit. So I think I'm gonna demolish the first one. I think that would be actually very good for us. Oh, and by mistake I just stopped the game. Let's not do that. Also, the area in which we can build got actually increased here in the villa. So we can actually build maybe a small quarry here, another one. But for now, we do need that clay. Focus. Let's focus on the clay. We could build it here so it can supply us with some stone too. Maybe, if needed. It doesn't mine all of the resources at the same time. You kind of need to manage that. But that will be good enough, I think. We also need another one that would give us some sand production. We need a lot of quarries to be able to do what we want to do. So max sand now. Maybe maybe somewhere here. And sand. Okay, that is gonna be great. We have a lot of sand production, a lot of stone production, a lot of wood production. Can we build something here? We need people now. We need workers, and that's the other thing that I mentioned. The amount of workers that you're gonna have is gonna be one of the main limiting factors that you are gonna face in this game. Oh, now we have enough stone, so maybe we're gonna switch here to getting that clay, because we are actually lacking that. You can see that the more people are coming to our city, the amount of satisfied and unsatisfied people changes. So if we don't build that cultural building here, they're gonna get unhappy pretty fast. Now the question is, do we go for the architectural office or do we go for this one? This needs just 15 people, but it requires some clay. I think we're gonna go for this. And you do see those little squares, those colorful squares here and there. That means that those districts are gonna be available for a faction to take as its own. And we're gonna maybe build it here. Also, this building will increase the attractiveness of the surrounding area. You could also like maybe build it here to limit the effects of those places there, but for now, let's build it here. In case of this building and many buildings, when it comes to those cultural ones, they have that one value that they increase and you cannot change it. So in this case it's health. But we can choose another one. And I think I'm gonna choose, well, maybe safety. I don't want to deal with problems, basically. That's what I'm trying to avoid here. I don't want to have those riots and stuff like that, so don't want to do that. We could build this statue too. It's gonna lower the chances of some bad stuff happening, but also it should increase the attractiveness of this area. So maybe gonna build it here. Yeah, maybe build it here. And let's make the game go fast now. When it comes to production, do we need something here? Well, not necessarily, not right now. Oh, and there is a faction coming to us, the Merchants of the Port of Tyre. In every single time period, you're gonna have different factions coming to you. And in Antiquity, this is the commerce faction that will come. When they come, they will pay some gold. So the districts that are gonna be under their control will generate some revenue for you. Also, you will get a cultural character, a commercial cultural character, which means that they can do different kind of things for you. But most importantly, if this faction gets enough power, they will unlock buildings. So some of those cultural buildings are also locked behind the power level of this faction. So you kind of want to get those factions more powerful, but maybe not too much. If they reach 100 power, they will no longer have to consider your opinions about doing stuff. So they can, for example, take too many districts. Maybe you don't want that. But you kind of want to get them to at least 40, so you can build some really nice buildings like those. I think they're wonders. Yes, look at the screen. Look at the screen. And first of all, they are kind of expensive to build, but they give you a lot of satisfaction and they cover all the bases. One is always a little bit higher than the others, but the most important part is that the culture building closest to the wonder does not deteriorate with the passage of time. What does that mean? That means that when we move from Antiquity to Middle Ages, some of those cultural buildings will become damaged. And you can use some of your points, some Esplanade points that you get for actually doing well. If you do well in those 4 points here, so resource points, population, faction power, building points, you're gonna get some coins from them from time to time. And that means that you can save some of the buildings from one age to the other. If you don't, then some of those buildings are gonna get damaged. And you always have more of those than those little points that you can use to save them. So getting that wonder and being able to save additional building, maybe a very complex, expensive one, it's kinda strong, kinda good to do. We can build the architectural office. That's very important too, so let's do it immediately. We could... This is also a building that increases attractiveness, if I remember correctly. So maybe building it here wouldn't be a bad idea. Or just like a little bit closer. Just like here maybe. It's not a lot of attractiveness, but it is something, I guess. We could focus now on the next cultural building that we would like to build maybe. We also could maybe think about upgrading to level 3. We just need a little bit of stone. And I think we're gonna get that stone sooner than we're gonna get enough points to build another cultural building. I do want to unlock the political aspects. So let's buy that. And I do want that ceramic workshop. It can unlock you the reserve, so it's just a big magazine, a a big storage place for your resources, because now it's kind of limited. And as you can see, I just had to drink something, sorry. We are full on clay, for example. Yeah, we need to change the stone here. Let's do that. Let's do that. We can build another cultural building, which is great, because we have enough people now. I'm thinking I'm gonna build a forum. I'm gonna build a forum because I do want to get to that politics and decrees that we can use. I'm gonna see what we have here when it comes to our little things that we can influence. Belonging is kind of low, so maybe let's build that. We need another cultural building, so I do want that stone to maybe come to us a little bit faster. Nothing else we can really build right now. We could trade for some of the resources that we need right now, but again, we are kind of limited. Oh no, there's a fire. We can stop the incident, but we don't have a military cultural person. So I guess they burn. I guess they just burn. And incidents like that happen. So they are gonna be a problem for us. Now this has to rebuild. It's gonna take some time. And oh well, it's not good. As you can see, the risk of incidents is quite high. We want to get that safety a little bit higher. So maybe let's build something like this. Maybe here. And let's get that safety on, because it kind of helps you. Now, because our creativity is a little bit low, the construction duration is increased by 10%, which isn't great, but it's the least influential problem that you can have. Another faction wants to come. Yes, of course, I want to welcome you. Hello, faction. Now, the merchants actually unlocked another building that we can have. We get that information too. It's not this building, unfortunately. We need a little bit more power from them, but we can build this one. And I think I'm gonna try to build it, maybe. To just influence those merchants a little bit more, give them a little bit more power. We also have another ruin here. And now we don't really want to maybe demolish this one. Though we may actually want to. We want to demolish this one. Yes, we do. We can improve our villa now. I think that's what we're gonna do too. I think that's what we're gonna do too. It's actually a perfect timing here. But we do need that. Well, that proletarian, I guess. I think we are waiting for that one. Now we can get some additional resources, so we get that cut stones and wooden beams. So we do gonna try to unlock getting those, but for now proletarian it is. Let's build it somewhere so they actually can get some more districts here. So let's build it maybe here. And I guess we do want that safety. Let's go for that safety. We are lacking a little bit of stone when it comes to the stone production, I think. We may want to build something that could help with that. Where to build? Here would be actually a good place, maybe. Maybe we just need to actually expand a little bit. Maybe in here. Let's build it. Stone is kind of important. It's the basics of our economy. And wood too. And maybe we just want one more here. Oh, that's not a lot of stone. I was lied to. Well, not lied to, I just didn't check, but... Okay, this is gonna be good enough, I guess. Maybe. Let's go. Do we need more wood production? I don't think we need right now. Although we do have some things that we could maybe upgrade. We can get a new plan with our cultural characters, so we're gonna use that. And the game tells us that the Esplanada will visit us. Sorry. So we're gonna see if we can get those coins, and I think we have enough points for now. So we should be doing here quite well. By the way, the graphical style for the game, I really like it. I really like it. It's like subtle cell shading. It kind of looks like that. And it's kind of nice. It's really nice looking. The music and those bars of stuff, well, it's chill. It's chill. Let's say it that way. We can actually unlock the Macellum. Let's go for that. It's nothing too crazy to think about, but it does the job, I guess. We maybe gonna unlock the arena. Let's go. We could maybe unlock some other building here. What can we learn to unlock here? We could... Well... I guess maybe... an upgrade to the quarry? Let's go. Let's go with that. We do want to build this, because that will give us the chance to actually trade with people. And also gets you a lot of satisfaction. So that's kind of good. We just need a little bit more people and a little bit more stone. The reason why you may want to go into politics too, as soon as possible, and this is a big building, by the way, is the fact that you, well, you kind of want to get as many workers as you can. And politics is one of the only things that can actually help you with that at the beginning. Do we go here? Do we go here? Maybe here. We're gonna go for that safety and, well, maybe that creativity, because it's getting kind of lowish and you don't really want to go too low with those things. As you can see now, if you're gonna get your resource generation under control... Oh, we have an assault. Things are happening. Not good. You will be mainly limited by the amount of workers you have. And it is a struggle for me in every single run that I do. So just a heads up, if you're gonna pick the game up, you want to get as many people as possible. But at the same time, then their needs can kind of skyrocket for you. Trading. Now we do have some trade routes that we can use. We have always one available at the beginning. We can unlock other, but we need to pay for that. The great thing is that they give us passive income. So every 5 cycles we get 1 coin. So that's amazing in its own. But mainly you want to use it to sell the amount of resources that you have too many. Like here, for example, we have too much sand. And maybe we should actually unlock a place which allows us to sell sand, like this place. So we're gonna unlock for 250. We're gonna sell like maybe 200 sand and we get back what we needed. Amazing. We could get some cut stones, but I don't think we need that right now. I think we're gonna just like trade for that. And this is all we're gonna do. Yes, I think so. And because we unlocked more trade routes, now we can actually have more passive income as well. We could unlock another building. I think maybe another another cultural one. We could maybe get this Agoge Center. Or we could go more into that trading route, but we don't kind of need it now. Not anymore. We may need those political ones sooner than later. Choices, choices. Okay, let's go for this one. Just to have it. I kind of want to build all of those. We have the arena available, but I think we are doing okay with safety. Although, maybe just to not have any problems. We already have some problems, so maybe let's not build it. Maybe not, let's not deal with that, let's say. That's what I'm trying to say. Maybe here? Just so they have at least one district there. Just for themselves. Let's build it. We're gonna go for maybe belonging, because it went a little bit too low for me. And we actually are having a decreased production. Not good at all. Okay, let's go up. I kinda wait for that political faction to get a little bit stronger. Why are you not getting stronger, faction? Come on. It's not like you can really influence that, unfortunately, too much. You kinda just need to wait for them to get more powerful. Maybe building another forum would help, but for now we kinda just wait, unfortunately. Maybe this place for the forum isn't the best either. We could maybe build a area like this to increase the attractiveness of this space. Maybe. Let's build it. We could also increase our area of construction. We could also start getting that wood and stone. So maybe let's do that actually. Maybe let's do that. Let's unlock those buildings. So we may need that stone and that wooden beams. They're not expensive. So let's do that. Let's build one here. And what are we limited by? We are limited by the amount of workers. Who would have thought? Well, we are building a stonemason there, so now a carpentry place. Good. I'm trying to build it as far away as possible from this place. At the beginning, unfortunately, we do have this cutting camp that we built there, but we're gonna use it to cut those trees and get that wood. And maybe make some place for those districts to be built. We do need that wooden beams and stone to actually get another level of this building. And oh, we have another faction. We have the hoplites trying to join us. And we're gonna say yes to them. Because we want all of those factions and we want all of that income to come. Unfortunately, you cannot really see how your income is working. And that's the one thing that I have some issues with. I would like some of the information from the game. So for example, what are the income sources that we have? From where we are getting those coins. You kinda can see it in the faction buildings. Like you can see how many gold they are paying you. But you cannot like get information from some gold related panel, for example. How much we get from the factions, how much we get from the trade, what is the situation. Sometimes you want in city builders that level of information from all the places. You don't want to check like 10 little screens and stuff like that. We could also, well, we could build another cultural building, I think. And I don't believe we built this one yet. But let's check, can we maybe get... Oh, we can get this political one. Can we get the service? No, not yet. So we should probably focus on that first. We want that political faction to get a little bit stronger. Where to build? Well, maybe here. Maybe there. And we're gonna go for belonging again, because I want that production of resources to be as high as possible. Again, we have quite a bit of sand, so maybe let's trade that off. Let's sell it to people. We can sell you the sand. We're gonna sell you the sand. Take that sand. And we actually can buy some bricks. And some cut stones. So let's get that too. I think that will help us a little bit. Great. Are we producing bricks, by the way? We should be producing bricks. Oh no, we are not producing bricks. Not at all. Okay, never mind. I kind of bought them before we needed them. We're gonna need them at some point. We're gonna need them at some point. What is happening? Oh, a faction wants something from us. Now, from time to time, they will give you requests. Like this, for example. And at the beginning, you kind of want to agree to those, I guess. You kind of want to agree to all of them. Honestly, I have been agreeing to all of the requests from all of the factions for now. And it wasn't a problem. They trust you more, they have more power, they give more tax. You may want to limit it sometimes, to limit the rise in power of certain factions, but I don't know if it's worth it, to be honest. The worst case scenario, if a faction gets too powerful, it gets that 100 power, you can just kick them off. Kick them out of your city, just pay like 2,000, 3,000 gold, and you're good. And right now, 3,000 gold is impossible for me to think of. But in Middle Ages, it's gonna be like penny money. It's gonna be like just nothing. What do we have here? Creative Minds. Okay, visit completed. So now we got those little coins. We gonna be able to save buildings that are like value of 4. So like 4 level 1 buildings or 2 level 2 buildings. You know how the math works. We have some other little things here happening. Sometimes it's kind of easy to not see those in the right on the right side of the screen. I often just don't realize that something is happening. We can actually repair this. We discovered another ruin, and I don't want to lose trust for my military faction. We don't really need those resources either, but repairing it and actually building, that could be good. And I think it's just another arena. Oh man, that's not that great. But we used less resources for that, so okay, I guess. And it's not a bad placement either, so that's kind of good. Sometimes you can get really lucky and get a ruin of a building that is way ahead of the levels that you can build or unlock right now. And then it's a real boost to your city. But for now, I think we could actually get that Senatus built. Let's go for that. And you're gonna see how politics work and why are they important, and then it's probably gonna be it. So let's build it like that maybe, because it's gonna look pretty. It gives you lots of choices here, so we can get that belonging and that creativity in check maybe. And let's build it. Let's see how the politics work and how they can actually help you shape your city. It is looking quite nice. I'm not gonna lie, you can build nice looking cities despite the fact that you don't have too much influence on how those districts look, for example. We have another faction coming. Yes, come, you want to pay coin. I love you. Politics. Let's talk about politics. You have different decrees that you can have here. In the later ages, you have more decrees. But the most important, I would say, that you can use is external recruitments in case of the Antiquity. So you increase migration. You can change the duration of how long this will last, but it will increase the cost. So for example, we want to kind of do it for a long time, like this maybe. You can see that this isn't really something that the current people sitting in our Senate actually want, so we're gonna bribe them. We're gonna give them some coin. We're gonna make sure that this one passes. And we're gonna submit it. We're gonna wait a little bit now, and we should get the information that it got passed. And you get a real nice information on the middle of your screen that the decree got accepted, and I would wish for other information to just pop on the middle of the screen, because that is much easier to notice and I don't mind it at all. We accept. Now you can see that this decree is gonna be active here on the bottom of your screen. When it's not gonna be active, you're not gonna get any information about that. So again, you're kind of losing some of that information. You need to be aware of a lot of the stuff. The game doesn't tell you that, and a lot of the struggle that I have with this title is that the game doesn't give you enough information and doesn't present it clearly, and it just, those pop-ups are just easy to just disregard. Like this about creative minds, okay, at some point you don't even pay attention. And yeah, I think that is a good enough presentation of this game. If I sounded too critical, it's not because I don't like the game, because I really like it. I really enjoy playing it and building those real nice, beautiful cities. The one thing that I'm maybe a little bit critical, when you move from one age to the other, those housing buildings, they still look like they are from Antiquity. And a lot of people complained about it, and I'm one of those too, because they should change. I understand that those cultural buildings, you don't want to change those, because how are you going to change an arena to a middle-aged arena? They didn't exist. But those living buildings, they should evolve with time. That would be amazing. Unfortunately, that is not the case, and we don't have food. Oh my goodness, people are starving. That's a very good moment to stop the video. That's a great moment. I missed that information. I totally missed that information, and now, well, we have problems. We could probably buy some food and get another one built, but you see what I was talking about. But overall, the game is kind of good. I really enjoy playing it. If you didn't pick it up, do it. It's a really nice looking, enjoyable city builder, a little bit different city builder to play, but still quite enjoyable. And if you did like the video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe for more, because it does really help me to grow the channel and get more videos like this out. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching and have a good day. Bye.